What up, guys? It's B-Man the Champ. No, don't adjust your computer monitors. I'm back with another ride along after, how many months has it been? Well, unfortunately, B-Scat was busy, so I'm here with Trouble.
Whoop whoop.
And we're doing our predictions for Survivor Series War Games.
Yeah.
It's, I guess, like, a lot of the card feels kind of rushed because they just announced, like, pretty much half of it this past Monday on Raw, which we're going to get to, and then they've been building up some of the War Games matches. But one thing I don't get is why don't they just have it? Why does it have to be 5-on-5? I mean, back when it was in NWA and WCW, they did 4-on-4, and even NXT. Although there were some exceptions. A couple times there was 3-on-3-on-3, which was like '98 for WCW, and I think the first time they brought War Games back to WWE as part of NXT. But then on NXT, it was 4-on-4, and now once it's gone to the main roster, it's been 5-on-5. Like, I don't understand why it has to be that way, you know?
I think something got lost in translation with the traditional Survivor Series 5-on-5 and the War Games thing. Or, like I've been also saying behind the scenes, because they paid for these cages or whatever, that holds such a capacity of people.
Mm.
This is probably kind of why they're like, you know what, let's just use it to the maximum.
And if it called for it, I would understand, because I remember the first time they brought it up to the main roster in 2022 was there was a 5-man. It was the Bloodline. Right? It was the 5 members of the Bloodline. So you had to have 5 guys to face them. Okay, great. But last year was Judgment Day, and they only had the 4 members, and they had to recruit Drew McIntyre to go up against the other 5 baby faces. And again, this year it's kind of the same thing where you have the 4 teams of 4. That's Solo's Bloodline versus the OG Bloodline, but then for some reason they feel like they need to add Bronson Reed. And they're not even adding Seth Rollins, apparently. It's CM Punk, which, I get why Rollins doesn't want to help, but at the same time, it's just like, well, I don't understand. Why does it even have to be 5-on-5?
CM Punk is a Paul Heyman guy. That's like the only connection there.
Yeah, pretty much. He even said, I don't know if you heard it on SmackDown, but like off mic, he said to Roman, he's like, "I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for him."
See,
he pointed at Heyman.
Yeah, like I read the actions and the lips. Like I didn't exactly hear the vocals, but like I saw like a gesture.
Yeah.
And I was like, that makes sense.
Yeah. So Heyman's, because remember, if you recall, back in I think it was June. It might have been July. I'm not sure. Heyman even came out on Raw to Punk, and he's like, "Please protect me from them. Please take me with you." Because he was scared shitless of the Bloodline, and that was great on his part to like sell the danger of the new Bloodline, which is awesome. And then of course now we finally got, and apparently Roman and Punk are gonna have a sit down on SmackDown to, like, I guess, hash things out or whatever they're doing. So that's gonna be interesting. But
that's gonna be entertaining. That's right. Tomorrow night.
Well, it'll probably be tonight as of when this goes out. This is being filmed on Thursday. It'll be out like probably as soon as I get home. Should unlikely be after midnight, so around Friday. All right, let's get into it then. Why don't we start with the women's War Games? We got Team Liv Nia versus, I guess, Team Rhea Bianca, because we have Liv and Nia, of course, Tiffany Stratton, Candice LeRae, and shit, who was her 5th member? I can't remember now.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Okay, Candice. Okay, so Pixie Perry. What the fuck? I can't talk.
Poison Pixie
Fairy thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Raquel. Sorry.
Yeah, Raquel, Liv Morgan,
Nia, and
Tiffany. Yeah.
And then on Team Bianca, Rhea, you got, of course, those two. You got Naomi And you had Jade Cargill, but she got taken out on SmackDown, and it's a whole big whodunit. And I guess as you probably saw on Raw, it looks like Bayley's going to be the one to replace her. But don't know that for sure yet. And we don't even, like I said, we don't know who attacked Jade. It could have been Bayley. It could have been Naomi. One of my friends was saying it might have been Bianca, but then that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense if you think about it.
Or she could have done it before the match started and they only discovered her after.
No, but I mean, like, as far as, she's one half of the tag team champions. Why would she attack her own partner and possibly cost herself the tag titles? Because if Jade can't compete, then they're gonna have to forfeit the titles.
Okay, true.
So
Will they? I think Bianca can do 2-on-1 matches for the time being. Or all of a sudden then you throw something else into the mix where someone wins a title on behalf of Jade Cargill. We've had those situations that made tag teams very awkward after.
it is true. Also, forgot Io Sky is also part of Team Rhea
Yeah.
and Bianca. You know what? I know it's not going to happen. It's more likely going to be Bayley, but I would love it if Asuka came back and became the fifth member, or even Becky Lynch, because there's rumors floating around that she's coming back soon. Becky,
Oh
probably around the
yeah.
Rumble time, and Asuka's she's recovered from injury, I think. So I don't know how much longer she's going to be out, but there's a solid chance that she might come back soon.
And if she doesn't come back, then that's probably going to be a Rumble return.
More than likely. So, out of the participants, out of the teams, who do you think is going to win that one, Trouble?
Nia Jax.
Team Nia?
I just think Nia Jax is winning the whole thing.
Well, you mean like getting the winning pinfall?
That's right.
Well, maybe. I mean,
She's Queen Nia to you, sir.
I don't honestly know. That's a tough one for me. I'm leaning towards Rhea's team picking up the win, so we could get maybe Rhea pins Liv, so we could get another title match between the two of them. Because then Rhea will have a claim to, hey, I pinned you in War Games, so I get another title shot. That's assuming that's assuming that if Bayley's the fifth member, and she didn't attack Jade, leading to a betrayal, leading to her team losing the War Games match. I could very well see Liv or Rhea picking the win over Liv to necessitate one last title match, which we'll probably see at Saturday night's main event. Speaking of Saturday night's main event, actually, it's a shame we're not getting Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens at Survivor Series. Looks like we're getting it at Saturday night's main event. If you saw the promo they did last week, because if it was going to be at Survivor Series, you think they would have booked it by now.
I completely forgot that Saturday Night Main Event was happening. I also heard that the next couple of tapings, like for Raw and SmackDown, are going to be double tapings so that the superstars, I guess directly after Saturday Night Main Event, they'll get a 2-week break.
And yeah, Christmas holiday, yeah.
They'll come back well rested and ready to rejuvenate like the situation.
Ready to start new on Netflix.
Yeah. Yeah, that's depressing. End of an era. R.I.P. television. The internet killed television, like that one YouTube channel's name is.
Yeah. That leaves the question: how long is it going to be before some genius basically reinvents cable by bundling all the streaming services?
You know what? We have to eventually lose interest in the internet first.
That's
And
true.
the only way to lose interest in the internet is for the government to ban a lot of things that are currently available for, freebie seeing on the internet. So once those things get banned, whatever those contents are, then it'll make cable television look like one hell of a place.
That's a whole other thing, which I'm not going to get into because we'd be here all night. But let's move on to just one of the matches that was just announced this past Monday night on Raw, which was a triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship. We got Braun Breaker versus Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser. Trouble, who do you got winning that one?
Ooh. Braun's a champion?
Yes.
I want Kaiser to win. Kaiser has, in my opinion, Kaiser has the look, the style, the image of like what is that? Like his nickname, European elegance. Like I believe it. I just need him. I just need that to be pushed a little more, and he kind of needs like a more of a he needs more heat. He needs more heat. So even if he loses, which he probably will, I think Braun's gonna retain, in my opinion.
Mhm.
But I would like Luther Kaiser, right? That's his name.
Ludwig Kaiser.
Ludwig Kaiser. Sorry, Ludwig. My bad. Um, I think he has true potential to be a super villain. He just I don't know if it's gonna involve breaking away from Gunther
Yeah.
or proving to Gunther how much of a menace he could be. Because right now you can't afford to seriously just take out and injure someone. Like the roster, like every single time someone gets injured, it really throws plans through the freaking
You're gonna have to turn the stomachs.
furnace. Through the furnace, you know.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, so that's all I'm saying. I know I was like ranting, my bad,
It's okay.
but I think that Braun's gonna retain. I was about to say Ryback, my bad. Similar body build almost.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think Braun is going to retain because he's well, he just won the title back a little while ago, and they've been kind of not really hot potatoing the Intercontinental title recently after that long Gunther reign. Sami Zayn held it for about like 4 months, and then Gunther Breaker won it, and then he lost it to Jay, and then he won it back. So that's a tough one, but I definitely don't see Sheamus winning it, even though he's yet to win that belt. It's like the only belt he hasn't won. Although for some reason they're not saying anything about the Universal title. But yeah, I think Braun's gonna retain. He's gonna hold on to it for a little bit longer, at least into the new year. What about you mentioned Gunther? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther versus Damian Priest, running back the SummerSlam match.
All right, all right.
I was gonna say main. Was it the main event? No, it was Cody versus Solo. Uh, I don't know what the heck they're doing with Gunther. I really don't, because like this entire time he's been like this stoic badass, you know. But for some reason lately, like he can't seem to be able to talk. He's acting kind of like he's starting to act like a chicken shit heel, kind of just a little bit. I mean, it's not really that noticeable yet, but I'm definitely getting that vibe from him when he comes out and he's like talking about. And then like the last couple of weeks, Priest just beat the absolute crap out of him, which is almost if you pay any attention to WWE at all, you know what that means is that there's most likely retaining at the pay per view. But still, like, what's he? What are they doing with him? That's what I'd love to know.
Man, okay. Yeah, like you're totally right. I kind of feel like Gunther, Gunther
Yeah.
will end up kind of just getting lost in the shuffle if he doesn't take it seriously. To to kind of like become one of those heels like JBL.
Well, JBL was kind of a chicken shit heel though too.
No, but JBL walked around with this like I don't know.
Aura, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gunther had the same thing, but for some reason that aura seems to be disappearing.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah, okay. It's like I said, I don't know what they're trying to do with him. Like maybe they're trying to make it so like the World Heavyweight Championship is like a huge amount of pressure on a person. Which okay, I can understand that, but this is Gunther we're talking about here, you know? Like we've seen the guy, he's as cold as ice usually.
So I don't know what they're doing with him. I just kind of feel like they need to give him maybe like Kaiser losing will help both of them become badder people.
Well, I just hope like we figure out they show us what they're planning to do with him after all this, you know.
Yeah, well, I know.
Hopefully. Yeah, I see Gunther
Or not.
retaining.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a possibility. Or we're
I see
finding
Gunther
nothing out.
retaining. So what about you? Do you think he's gonna retain? Do you think Priest is gonna take it?
Oh man, this is tough. Survivor Series. We'll get a new champion. Gunther. Yeah, to be okay. I will say, yeah. Priest will probably win. Priest will probably take this title off of him too, which will set Gunther off to become a better heel. Also, I'm making a prediction. I think that Priest is gonna come out with like some kind of like traditional skull mask or something in his when he comes out.
Yeah, we've seen that quite a bit lately in WWE. I
Yeah,
remember that because remember Cody came out of WrestleMania 40 dressed. Or was it 30? I think it was both actually. Came out his entrance was wearing the skull thing or whatever.
but look, I was reading somewhere that they're trying to give Damian Priest like um, more merch to sell, and the skull mask that that they want to make part of his entrance. I guess they were just waiting for a bigger platform rather than a Raw or a SmackDown. So I'm guessing it's Survivor Series or Saturday Night Main Event. Like we gotta wait and see. But yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's. You know what's funny too is like there's basically three straight special shows coming up in 3 straight weeks because you got Survivor Series this weekend, you got NXT. They call it WWE Deadline, which confused me for a while, but it's NXT Deadline, which is the 7th, and then Saturday Night's Main Event's the 14th, and then nothing for 6 weeks until the Royal Rumble. So that's weird, but
and
hey.
then like the Raw debut on Netflix, like,
Well, yeah, but that's not like a pay-per-view kind of thing.
but it is a big deal.
Yeah. All right. So what about the United States Championship? LA Knight, yeah.
Yeah.
Fighting against returning Shinsuke Nakamura. Dude's been out since like the beginning of the year. And he comes back and now he's going after Knight for some reason.
Hmm. LA Knight's retaining, man. He's like, which is gonna honestly like kind of dumb down Shinsuke's.
Yeah, that's a shame because Shinsuke kind of came as we were talking about aura. Shinsuke came with like this huge fucking aura when he first came to WWE NXT especially.
Yeah.
He had that fucking classic with Sami Zayn. Uh, all those good matches and stuff, and then he comes up and like Vince totally fucking ruins the guy. Like I get he can't really the language barrier. I understand that, but still, like do those things you were. I don't know why they didn't just do what they were doing from the start, which is those promos where it was subtitles and stuff. But I guess it only works so many times.
So this is what I was gonna say. I think he's gonna retain because of disqualification. I think Shinsuke's gonna show like a huge like no mercy style type of like thing because Shinsuke's strong style mixed in, with just the way that like that promo was cut on SmackDown. Like he looks like he really wants to take it. He wants almost LA Knight to bleed, you know?
Okay, I guess I can see that, but if that's the case, then what was the point of chasing after the United States title? You're just gonna get disqualified because he's chasing after LA Knight and he wants it. He obviously wants the title. So
Um, I think to build his character super nicely, you're gonna have this situation where, how do I say this? You're gonna have the situation where he just continues to present himself as a supervillain just to give them more of an elegant type match because LA Knight's gonna then all of a sudden be like, you, like I won the match, but like I lost the battle type. You know what I'm saying?
hmm.
So I just kind of think something along those lines.
Well, maybe. I guess we'll find out. So let's go to which is gonna most likely be the main event. Let's be real here. The men's War Games match. You got OG Bloodline, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns, the OTC, versus the new Bloodline, which is of course Solo Sikoa, Tonga Loa, Jacob Fatu, and Big Bronson Reed. But apparently he's part Samoan. Did you know that?
I'm not gonna lie, I did not know that, but I will tell you, Bronson Reed looks like he fits directly in
He really does. Like, oh my lord.
with the bloodline. He looks like a family member. Like
He does. He really does.
also, so this is like something that should have been said. Bronson Reed at one point used to be in the title picture and all that sort of stuff.
Did he? When was
Yeah,
that?
man. Yeah, like he used to literally be like in the elimination. Yeah, he was in the elimination chamber match and stuff. Like a couple years ago, and
That
he
was like
did
the U.S. title, though.
this wicked spot where he, I think, jumped off of one of the chambers.
Are you sure?
I swear, I thought. Am I wrong?
Maybe. I can't remember for sure. You think it'd be something you could remember, though.
You know what, man? There's too much stuff these days that happen in
And that is
WWE
so true.
that it's super hard to keep up.
Here's a couple interesting things I'm going to throw out there. Is I know people have said it before, but on the SmackDown or Heyman Return last week, he was wearing a red shirt underneath his suit jacket, which is the same shirt that Solo wore when he took him out. So now the question is that a subtle hint that Heyman's going to turn on Roman, or was that just a way to mess with Solo's mind?
Whew. No, dude, I don't see Heyman doing that turn. But okay, I'll just tell you this. I see the new bloodline winning this match.
Really?
Yes. Because I see this this rivalry getting dragged out.
It's been dragged out long enough, I think.
No, I know, but I see they can literally take it to Rumble or even the Chamber. Like, I just see the new bloodline needs the win. It needs the win.
See, I would agree with you, but they did get the win at the Crown Jewel, if you remember correctly.
I do remember, yeah, like, and they needed that too. Like, so, like, think how, I don't know. I just kind of feel like how discerning and dismantling it would be for like the bloodline, the OG bloodline, to lose such, you get what I'm saying?
I think so. Yeah, I think I do see a way that it could happen, and then it doesn't involve anybody in the actual match. Believe it or not, it would involve Seth Rollins. See, because they were trying to recruit the OG bloodline. Well, both bloodlines were trying to recruit Seth Rollins, and he obviously said no to either of them. But now Punk, because Rollins has been like he was. Rollins was supposed to feud with Punk before he got injured, and that was going to be the WrestleMania 40 Night 1 main event, supposedly. But like I said, Punk got injured, and then that whole thing happened. So we were supposed to get Rollins versus Punk. And we, as everybody knows, in storyline anyway, Rollins hates him, right? Could be in real life too, I don't know. But Rollins hates Punk, so... And he could be, like, upset because... Punk's helping Roman, and that could set him off. And even though Brodson's on the other team, like the guy he's been feuding with, the guy who put him on back on the shelf for a couple of months or whatever that was, he could actually end up helping Solo's bloodline win the War Games match. It's a very distinct possibility. I don't know if it's going to happen for sure, but it's a very distinct possibility.
Also, okay, so I guess the other reason that I think like they need the win is because, in my eyes, the new bloodline are also just a bunch of new guys. And the loss, yeah, it would be super devastating for original bloodline, of course, but you kind of need you kind of need like that Infinity War ending before you get like Infinity War. Yeah, before you get Endgame.
Well, the only question is, when the hell's the Endgame going to be? There's so many...
It could be WrestleMania, man.
Well, maybe, but here's the thing. You got so many... And you got more and more people joining. It seems like almost every other month to get a new Bloodline member, whether that be for the OGs or whether that be for, well, especially the new Bloodline. But the question is, where's the end point? Because you got, okay, you can have Roman versus Solo. People want to see Roman versus Jacob. Obviously, we're gonna get Roman versus Rock at some point. Like, what's the end point of that whole storyline is the question. And how long is it gonna take to get there?
So, okay, good point. So, if the original Bloodline takes the L, that's Survivor Series, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which, um, there's one other. Uh, that's when you get The Rock to come to the aid of the original Bloodline, and then they work together to crush the new Bloodline. Now, the new Bloodline, they're not necessarily gonna lose all their titles and all that shit.
Well, they don't even have any titles.
Oh, okay, my bad. I don't know why I still thought that
So good.
they were the tag team championships.
No, that was another thing too. If Motor City Machine Guns won the belts off of them like a few weeks ago, which is
And
awesome.
you do nothing with Motor City Machine Guns after that.
No, they're doing something. They're having them kind of feuding between
They're having like a
Street
love
Profits.
triangle.
Yeah, Street Profits and DIY. Of course, that could be branching off into their own thing, but like right now, they've got a feud going because Tommaso Ciampa is jealous because he wants the tag titles back, and he blames the Machine Guns for winning the titles that he believes should have been his and Gargano. And you got the Street Profits who are frustrated because they haven't won tag belts in a while. They're trying to get back. They keep losing, and they're getting pissed off and frustrated. And then you had that whole non-finish. I think it was 2 weeks ago, with between the Profits and Motor City Machine Guns for the tag titles. So
Yeah, I know. No, Ciampa's chomping at the bit to do some more crazy shit.
yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get another DIY breakup. I don't know. I
I
could see
sense it
it.
coming though. I
Yeah,
sense it. But yeah, like so to end it all, I'm just saying like new bloodlines winning.
I'm gonna go. I do see there's a possibility that Rollins costs the OG Bloodline the match, but I think uh, Punk. Because here's what might be happening. Don't know for sure, but possibly on January 6th, the first Raw on Netflix, we could see a major title change. That being the World Heavyweight Championship, Gunther loses to Punk, and that's how we get to Punk versus Rollins for WrestleMania, like we were supposed to get last year. Because Punk supposedly has been promised a WrestleMania main event. Now I don't know if that's going to be this year. Maybe I think it was supposed to be last year, but obviously that didn't happen. So it might be this year. They might want to try and redo Punk versus Rollins. Punk wins the world title off of Gunther, and then we start that feud. So he needs a strong win, a credible win, and the best way to do that is to win War Games.
All right, man. Well, I guess we'll have to just wait and see.
Yeah, we'll find out. So thanks a lot, Trouble, for coming along with me on this ride along.
Yes, sir.
And I guess we'll see you after Survivor Series. I don't know if Beast and I are doing a ride along next week, but if we are, we'll do a review, obviously. And we'll see you then, hopefully. Peace
Oh,
out. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, or I thought we might even just drop a review the night of Survivor Series.
Yeah, we could do that. We'll see. Well, there's only going to be probably a lot of people there, though, so it's going to be kind of hectic.
Nah, me and you, man. Forget everyone else.
Oh, that, yeah. Well, it's assuming you have your car, but yeah. All right, guys, take it easy.
All right,
Peace out.
peace.